Hello. I thought I would document my dreadlock journey, but I also thought that while I finally got the hang of it, I've only done about, there's maybe 8. There's a little baby one there, and I'm extending them as I go because they're shortening up quite a lot. But I thought I'd show you how I did mine. The extensions are just the old extensions I used to have in my hair, and the only way I could do them was with a back combing method. But I'm finding that with my own hair, it locks up heaps easier and heaps better with the twist and rip. So I thought I'd show you. I probably won't post this until I can work out how to speed shit up, because you don't want to sit here and watch me twist and rip for ages. But anyway, I've just sort of sectioned off. I'm doing it slowly. It's taken me like 2 or 3 days already. Just one nail, one, just otherwise you're sitting up with your hands up really high. But I've just kind of, I don't even know if you can see anything. I've sectioned them off relatively not too bad, because I thought, just after 4 days of research and watching so many people's their own dreadlock journeys, and hints and tips and tutorials and stuff like that. One lady, I did see that didn't section them off properly, so she had this great big kind of center part down the middle where all the dreads sit kind of one side and the other side. So I definitely got that right, but I haven't got them like absolutely perfect where you sit there for half an hour with a sectioning comb and trying to make perfect squares. So they're relatively okay, not triangles, sorry, rectangles. But I've just kind of made sure that onto the second row, so there's only 4 down the bottom on the bottom row, and I think there's another 4 or 5 on the second row that I'm working on now. This will be the last one on the second row. But I've just made sure that each sectioning square, it's kind of 2.5 centimeters or a square inch by inch, that where it kind of ends doesn't meet with another section underneath it. It's right in the middle of my pony. I've put little what do you call them? Little rubbery hair tie thingies. I'll show you one if you want. Just use like these tiny little things. So. But anyway, twist and rip. I did start it off. I just got like a little kitty brush just here. And I also, kitty comb, sorry. But I also have a knit comb made for head lice that come in the packets for, because children get head lice. So I usually have one. But one or the other, it's got really thick teeth on it. So I just sort of backcombed it a little bit to get it started. But, I mean, you could do your whole dread like this as well, but I didn't. Just to get sort of a base, just a tiny base. Like, there's not much. There's probably a couple of knots in there now, but simple. Kind of take the hair, you sort of twist it, quarter turn, split it in half kind of thing, and just sort of tear it. Well, not tear it, I think this is the wrong word, but you'll end up getting like a little and each time I kind of, when you twist it in half, I'm not grabbing, like if you're splitting it in the middle, sort of thing, like when you're twisting it around and kind of you're grabbing that same middle again, so it's not really doing anything, rather than just take like a little bit off the side, maybe it's not even in the middle, do it that way. I'll just speed it up a little bit. But I found that this way made, just gave it a really good chunk of knots. It does take a little while to just build up the base, but we'll get there, you'll see. can fix it. Did it with the last couple, just kind of really stuck my comb in kind of halfway into those knots. I don't know if you can see it, but it's knotting up quite really well. So just really tight, making sure the roots are as tight as I can get them, because you're not going to get them that tight. So you can see like there's a bit of a hump going on there. I'll continue. It's going to take you a long time. You know what I could do? I could just pause it for you. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so combination of kind of twist and rip and back comb. I just kind of was about 3/4 up and pushed them down again. But that's actually the tightest thread that I've done so far. That one sticks out really, really well. Whereas some of these short ones, they're really quite loose at the base, so you get better and better. Like this is my first attempt, and I've done 8, and the first one was kind of skinny and dodgy, so whatever. Anyway, but one tip though, if you want them to point in a certain direction from the get-go, from when you start them, I've noticed these ones I kind of have my arms up the whole time and making sure that they're pointing sort of, backwards, whereas this one I've done towards the side, so it's going to stay pointing towards the sides for quite a while, and that's kind of really quite awkward to pull that. It's going to hurt. But anyway, I haven't done anything else, so the next step I usually do is to give it a bit of a palm roll, literally twisting it between your hands, and that'll smooth down quite a bit. You can probably do it for a good 5 minutes, but I'm not going to bother today. I've just kind of left the knots a little bit, but anyway, I also use a combination with my crochet hook, and the only smallest one I could find in a craft store in town was a 0.6 millimeters. Like, I gave it a go with the first few and with the extensions that I'd been making, and the only one that I did have, the smallest one, was a 1.5, so it was really frustrating, and I thought, this is so stupid, it doesn't work, etc, etc, but it is correct. The smaller you can find, the easier and the better that you'll probably pick it up. So, but I do just kind of want to neaten them up. Like, you can see that it's all frayed, there's a lot of hairs, and it's going to look like that for a long time, but I just want to tidy it up a little bit. So I started at the top and just sort of pull it through, stick the crochet hook through while I'm sort of half twisting the thread at the same time, pulling the crochet hook out again, like every now and then, but just kind of trying to pull those hairs in a little bit better. But yeah, my hair is been working, and my hair's undergone quite a bit of abuse, you could say. I'm just like using the camera as my mirror at the moment, but I do have a mirror here, I'm just not using it. Yeah, my hair was pretty, well, there you go, you can see that it's just tightening where I've started to do it there and make it neater. Yeah, my hair's I haven't really looked after it in the past few years. Like, it gets teased and styled, and it's been bleached. A couple of years ago I went like white blonde, which is so bad for it, and then only recently in the last year it's been artificially straightened twice, so it is quite curly, and the curls are kind of growing out, but yeah, which makes good for dreads. It's not soft and flowy like it used to be, like my mother constantly tells me that I have beautiful hair and etc, etc. It's not, it's a little destroyed. So it has dreadlock quite well. Anyway, you can see that I'm kind of neatening that up. I can show you, I'll try to show you. There's not many YouTube tutorials on how to use a crochet hook, but you can See that tiny little hook there. I just, like, say I'm going to pull these little hairy bits in here. I just kind of, I'm going to hold, the hook is pointing away from the camera at the moment, and I'm just sort of grabbing the hairs, pulling them in, grabbing them, and then I'm always releasing it by pulling the hook away from the hair, sort of. So it's just kind of pulling it and then releasing the hook, but you can still leave the hook in there. The only thing that makes it work is the fact that I've got those hairs squeezed between my fingers, and then I'm inserting the hook. So they're pretty much sandwiched between it, so they've nowhere to go. So I'm going to grab them with the hook as I go through. So I can sort of show you with just one. Mind you, the hook isn't even really in there, is it? So the hook is pointing towards my thumb. I'm kind of grabbing the hairs, pulling them in like that, and then sort of not quite pulling it out, but releasing it by pushing the hook upwards, doing that again, just like that. So it kind of works, you can see there, but the fact that I have it sandwiched between my thumb sort of shows better. So yeah, there you go. So I'm just going to kind of continue that and work my crochet hook down until it's as neat as I can. I have read a lot of places that and videos of people recommend you don't do this too often, but purely for new dreads, you know, it's as fresh as they're going to get, and I want to try to make them as neat as I can now, because I want my dreads kind of neat, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, so it'll get there. I have finished that one, and I also have an extension for that one, which I will probably make another video on making the extensions, and that one's way too fat, so I'll make another one. I went through about 6, so or 8 so far. So yeah, that's it so far. Just being impatient. I made a little I just crocheted a little patchy sleeve, and it's on there already. Just to show. Yeah, that's it so far. No regrets at the moment. But we'll see. They're kind of long. I hope you can see, but yeah, or hear. But yeah, I'll if you have any questions, just leave comments below. I'll get back to you. I know it's only like, I'm not really a professional, just a newbie starting out, so I can, you know, I'll make another video explaining how I made my extensions and how I put them in also, if you want. But if nobody cares, well, I won't bother. But otherwise, I will update. I'll just post, I'll create another video when, you know, progress, I guess. But since the first few I did are only about 4 days old now, so, you know, it takes a while for them to look nice. But anyway, I'll get around to it. Thanks for watching. Bye.